5 Minnesota Supreme Court justices just finished listening to arguments about whether former President Donald Trump should be kept off the Minnesota primary ballot next year. Our Esme Murphy joins us live from St. Paul to explain the arguments made this morning. Esme.
Well, Sheila, this is a big deal, and these kinds of arguments are taking place in other states as well. Specifically, the state of Colorado has been holding hearings all week on this very same subject. Here's what's at stake. At stake is whether or not Donald Trump is disqualified from being president under the third section of the 14th Amendment of the United States Constitution. This is a rarely considered, rarely understood clause here that basically was adopted during the Civil War. And what this clause says is that anybody who's taken an oath of office and then participates or gives support or comfort to those involved in an insurrection cannot be eligible to be president of the United States. Now, there are 5 Supreme Court justices who will decide this case and who heard this case. 4 of them were appointed by Democratic governors. 1 was appointed by a Republican governor. First off, we heard from the attorney for the plaintiffs, former Secretary of State Joan Grow, a bipartisan coalition of folks that believe that Donald Trump should not be on the ballot. They say literally that democracy is at stake.
Donald Trump engaged in rebellion and insurrection against the Constitution of the United States in a desperate attempt to remain in office after losing the election. Section 3 of the 14th Amendment protects the Republic from oath-breaking insurrectionists because its framers understood that if they're allowed back into power, they will do the same or worse.
The Secretary's central concern here is that all of these folks are given the time that they need to do their work preparing for the March election. So as we explained in our initial response, Minnesota's election officials need this petition to be determined no later than January 5th so that they can start the election machinery running.
And the voice you just heard was from the Secretary of State's attorney, who argued that to the Minnesota Supreme Court, if you're going to make a decision, you need to make it really quickly, because in Minnesota, we've got a primary coming up in early March, a presidential primary. What the plaintiffs are asking for is an evidentiary hearing to have witnesses come forward to testify about why they believe that President Trump or former President Trump was involved in an insurrection. We don't know when the Minnesota Supreme Court is going to make this decision, but all parties seem to think it's going to be very soon. Shayla, back to you.
All right, our Esme Murphy reporting. Of course, WCCO's Esme Murphy was in the courtroom this morning. Be sure to look for her reports on our later newscasts on CBS News Minnesota.